Hey, Tora. Welcome. Yes, you are the first today. Or at least the first to say something. Oh, hello, Grape. What adventure of 5-star would you recommend for Warwick or Mbessa? Generally, the easiest 5-star in the game is what we'll be showcasing today and have been the past couple days is the Viego Nightmare. This is way easier, in my opinion, than both Swain or Lysandra. As Swain and Lysandra, unless you are going in with a very specific build or you've really planned ahead of time, you're going to have a hard time. Whereas this one, you can go in with pretty much any champion. You don't really get shut down really hard in this adventure, at least compared with Swain and Lysandra. So I would say this is by far the easiest one you can do. Otherwise, you could try to go for the weekly nightmares and wait until there's one that rolls that you think will be pretty easy for you or might work for your champion. But in general, the Viego Nightmare is the easiest 5-star to do. Been trying new Acel run because of the teamwork, but Acel just always destroys me. Yeah, Acel can be pretty rough. I have pretty bad luck with the teamwork modifier. Like, I've had a couple instances where I actually get a good run and get good powers, but I just get like all common powers most of the time, and normally they're ones that don't really synergize together. Yeah, I've been having bad luck with the teamwork modifier. Unironically defeated the 6.5 with Samira for Noxus. Nice. I mean, Samira's a good champion. I have 5-star Warwick. What relic is good other than his relic? Alrighty. So for Warwick, there's a bunch of different ones you're able to use. The big guns is actually really good because you have a lot of ways to ping the enemy board for 1 damage, but that can get completely shut down by tough. So throwing out a big guns to make all of your spells and skills, including the one you're generating every round, making that do 1 extra damage, that is really nice. I like it a lot. Death's Foil is not terrible, so your Warwick can actually attack, especially if you only have him at 5 stars. He's not going to get those heals off from your 6-star, so he's actually going to be a little bit more fragile. So Death's Foil is not terrible. Echoing Spirit is quite nice, getting a bunch of copies of your Warwick, getting a bunch of your champion spell. This I like to pair with the big guns, so going for those two together can be pretty good. I haven't actually tried Frozen Tomb, but I think it could be kind of funny if you get 2 Warwicks on the board that are both striking random enemies at the end of the round. Could be pretty fun. As far as some rare relic options, well, also Beast Within is pretty good. But for some rare relics, the Husks isn't bad. Blade Rack's not terrible. Stalker's Blade to get another strike off can be good. And then if you're going into an adventure that you know the enemy's going to have a lot of units, going for Upmo or Wicked Harvest or the... where is it? Ravenous Hydra. Those are good if the enemy is going to have a lot of units. So it's really good into like Swain. Most encounters though, you're dropping Warwick either turn, like if you're at 5 stars, you're dropping Warwick normally turn 1. And so usually the enemy has like maybe 1 unit on the board. So going for like Ravenous Hydra or Wicked Harvest in that situation isn't really going to be that helpful. Yeah, we're going to try out the Pike Relic on Warwick. We're not going to do that first, but should be fun. What we're going to do today is try out this build for Vayne. So we are replacing the Chosen by the Stars for Drakehounds. I don't think it's going to be better, but it's still giving us that overwhelm. I feel like we can't really switch out Hidden Tome or Death's Foil. So having that overwhelm will be nice. But we're going to lose out on the Challenger and then especially the Fated and Augment to help us scale up even more. So that will be a little bit sad. The good thing, though, is we don't necessarily have to hit the Empower 10 because we'll just start off with the Overwhelm. And normally with Vayne, we can get 3 attacks in pretty easily. I still don't think Twin Drakehounds is probably going to be worth it, but I think it can work. So we'll have to see. All right, let's grab this here. And we're going to head into the Viego Nightmare. Before we do, though, we'll just drop a quick ad break so people don't get hit by pre-rolls. I think if you did get hit with a pre-roll, then this shouldn't affect you. Let's go ahead and load in here while we wait. The 2 damage to the Nexus offsets the Faded and Augment. Slightly, but probably not enough. I feel like with Faded and Augment, you're going to scale up potentially to have more damage. It can be fine for people who don't have Chosen from the Stars from a random Golden Reliquary rolls. Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be an alternative. I don't think it's necessarily going to be better, but it's something that should work, which is what we'll try today. A friend of mine is using 2 Succubus brands plus Buru, Idol, and Warwick, and the scale is insane. I mean, yeah, we just did a double Succubus brand yesterday, which was kind of funny. We didn't go for Buru, we went just for his Relic, just so we could help ramp everyone up a little bit faster. About 30 seconds, and then everyone should be back, and we'll go ahead and grab a power here. Yeah, I really think this is going to be a Relic that is fun while you're leveling. But I think, especially if you're someone that has like a full Relic collection, you're just going to have better options. But it could be a good alternative for Overwhelm Relics. All right, everyone should be back. Let's go ahead and look for a power here. No, no, and no. I don't think any of these are really helping us. We already have Overwhelm. Failing shouldn't really matter because we're normally already going to be able to survive, but I guess we'll go for it, especially if we need to defend. Yeah, I guess. We should have enough power that doesn't really matter. Let's go for Spiderlings. Yeah, Vayne is one of those champions that normally has enough power baseline that you can still end like turn 1. We should, I think I had it up to ×4. Let's drop that back down. We know we're going to get our Vayne because she's currently the only champion.
Those who kill innocents are no more than fiends.
All right, so we don't have enough to equip and do our tumble.
Purge with silver.
So yeah, let's go ahead and just get a attack in.
Purified bolts.
Okay, so GG.
Expertly done. Now to root out the next phase.
Yeah, the damage on units and the damage to the Nexus doesn't really seem that impactful. Grant an ally. I think we're gonna go for this because I'm just thinking we want our Vayne to end turn 1. So the path could help just give us barrier if the enemy is trying to do a removal spell to get rid of her. This could give us barrier in order to help her survive. All right, Fiddlesticks. No, sad. Let's see. Katarina's not terrible. I think we'll go for Riven. With all of the Reforge, we could get a lot of self-targeting off, which would be pretty good. I mean, Katarina is always a decent choice, but yeah, we'll go ahead and grab this here. And champion item, always what we want to look for, so let's go for Mistwraith. I have a Demacia Nova Shard for Vayne, but not enough Wild Fragments. Hello, Rivy. I'm doing pretty good. All right, let's get rid of everything but Riven. As always with Vayne, you just need to try to make sure you're getting getting her.
Monsters still lurk in Demacia's.
And again, we don't have enough mana to go and use both of these, so let's just attack like this. The Overwhelm turn 1 is pretty nice. That can be one issue with Chosen by the Stars, is that in your first attack you might not have that Overwhelm.
Swift.
Oh, GG.
A sentinel's work.
Yes, this is 6-star Vayne. She destroys. I have 156 wild fragments even after snagging Warwick 6-star with like 60 of them or something. Yeah, I have about the same wild fragments, and I tried to spend all of the ones that I could because last patch I was capped for a while. I think again we'll go for the Momentous Choice. It's cheap, gives us targeting. Yeah. We'll go for the Consuming Wrath. We normally don't want to block with our Vayne anyways, and this will help us end turn 1, which is really what we want to focus on. Normally it's good for the other modifier with Chosen because it helps you hit your Empower very fast, but it'll give us a lot of extra damage. Shop, chest, spells. I think we can go for the shop. Yeah, we can go for a duelist. Both of these potentially have removal spells, so we'll have to be a little bit careful. Have you noticed the lag with the new arcane adventures? I can't get through them without hitting a major lag. The biggest one is Lux, the Lux adventure or the Lux fight. That one is very laggy. Most of the other ones aren't that bad, but Lux specifically, yes, you always will get bad lag there. All right, let's get rid of most of these. Okay, we have our Demacian Steel, so that's good. Okay, we do not have our main champion, so that's not the best. So we could drop Riven, but I don't think we will because we want to equip.
Spare the guiltless and punish the wicked.
All right, so no main champion. That is a little bit sad. We could do a lot of damage, but we could also kill both their units. Though, yeah, let's just get rid of them. This is kind of the one issue with Vayne is if you get her, you'll end turn 1, but if not, you're gonna have a bad time. So single combat won't be bad for us. But I think we can go for Vayne.
It must be done.
We'll hold off on using this. Well, yeah, they might counter, but honestly, that is fine. Okay, they didn't want to bother. Sure, let's drop the path to scale her up a little bit.
I'll write my own story.
Oh, look, who finally decided to show up.
Monsters still lurk in Demacia's every shadow.
Huh. Yeah, it won't be quite enough.
No looking back.
So they will die, but it's fine.
Purified bolts.
Root out the vermin.
Okay, GG.
Expertly done. Now to root out the next
Yeah, we had phalanx, but I wanted to kill that unit. Hi Toast, the gemstone upgrades are for all the champions in the same regions. Even the support cards have an additional item. No, they are not. Only the ones that say all the regions. Don't really want any of these. We'll actually get kind-hearted because we're gonna cut this, so these extra copies won't really matter. Let's see if we can get a decent power here. That's not really gonna make an impact. All right, not a big deal, but it's a little bit of extra damage. Let's go ahead and get rid of kind-hearted, and let's go for Fiora.
I would cut down the opposition.
So we're trying the twin Drakehounds on Vayne. See how they feel on her. Because I think she's one of the few champions that could really utilize them. Yeah, it's pretty much seen like it'll be an alternative for Chosen, but probably not better. This will be a little worrying because we have to drop a Vayne right away, and they might
Masquerading as
do something like that. Alright, so we have to do this in order to survive, but that means we won't have enough for our tumble.
swift death.
Oh well.
New recruit reporting in.
If only Fiora see me now.
She can
Alright, this will give us a rally.
purified.
And then this is actually a situation where the 2 damage will actually be fairly impactful. Okay, GG. Any good list for relic builds for each champion? I knew it quite some time ago for lower champions looking for new interesting alternative builds. Yeah, I've done relic builds for every champion fairly recently. I mean, it might have been like maybe a month ago, maybe 1 to 2 months ago, but it should be pretty up to date. Let's go for Farsight, which is just fantastic. Making sure we get our Vayne right away is so good. Yeah, Trifarian can be a lot of fun. More champion items, fantastic. So Stalker, Daniel Les. Thank you for the follow. All right. This is actually fine. We know we're going to draw our Vayne, so we don't have to reroll everything. Must admit, scrolling through the YouTube videos, I'll look again. Yeah, I thought I did it a little while ago,
Still lurk in Demasia's every shadow.
because that was one of the videos people really wanted me to update.
Swift death. Purified bolt.
Vayne does so much damage. Oh, GG.
Expertly done. Now to root out the next
Yeah, I think it's a fun designed relic, but I just think there's not really many champions that you actually want to use this on, even necessarily in Bessa. Yeah, let's improve our equipment. That's nice. Power Rift to make her cheaper. I think that's fine. Yeah, like we could try to reroll for some more power, but having a little bit more flexibility with cost isn't bad. Once you've equipped an ally, it costs 2 less. Grow an ally to 4/4. Okay, that won't really matter. We could potentially use it for targeting. Best defense. This probably shouldn't matter. Let's leave and see. Okay, so we have Smooth Soloist or Champion item. Honestly, getting more copies of our champion is better. Like, our unit's going to have Barrier. Also, they're going to have... can't take damage most of the time they're attacking. While this can be a strong effect, I just don't really think we need it at all. So I think let's try to reroll for something a little bit crazier. Sure. That gives us a little bit more damage. Let's go here for Swiftwing. What does Mbessa's Relic give? So the main thing it gives is Overwhelm, which is nice. But then it also makes it so when you attack, you do 2 damage to the Nexus. And then if it's after the second attack, or like second or third or anything after the first attack, it also does 2 damage to the whole board as well. All right, let's get rid of most of these.
monsters still lurk in Demasia's every shadow.
All right, so let's go ahead and use this here.
Purified bolt. Swift.
Yeah, this will probably be, honestly, a relic you might want to use for like monthly challenges or very specific encounters we need to ping the enemy board for damage. So it could be good for that. But generally, I just don't think you're really going to need it. GG. Red Levi, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's see. Let's grab this and then cut it. More stats. Nice. Let's get rid of this one. And Viego. So the only thing is they have Vengeance, so they could just flat out kill us. That will be a problem, especially if they kill us before we are attacking. Otherwise, we'll be good. But they do have a window of opportunity to cause us problems.
Monsters still lurk in Demacia's every shadow.
Alright, I think their Vengeance is either a 4 or a 5 cost, so I think we should be good.
Purge with silver.
Ancestors await.
Sure, we might want to push a little bit more damage. Just because they have a lot of health. Okay, GG. The fact that it's an Overwhelm Relic, probably the worst fact. There are so many other better relics that give Overwhelm. It's hard to justify using it. Yeah. I think all of Viegos have a bunch of Vengeance and kill spells. It gets worse the higher adventure level, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. Alright, so Vayne absolutely destroyed there, but that wasn't really because of the relic. It giving you Overwhelm and not needing the Empower 10 is nice, but generally with Chosen, especially throughout the course of a run, you can hit that 10 power in your very first attack, so it's normally not, it's a non-issue generally. So it is nice, but I think it's kind of just like a worse alternative to many of the other Overwhelm relics. But if you need an Overwhelm relic for Vayne and you don't have like even Beast Within or don't have Chosen by the Stars, then you can use this. I think the best place for this is either when you're leveling a champion and you don't have a big relic collection, then this can be pretty nice, because having a Overwhelm relic for a champion specific build is solid. But this will probably be very good for monthly challenges or specific weeklies with modifiers where like all units have 1 health, really good there, or any damaged units die at the end of the round. So there's going to be specific niche situations where it will really shine. But as far as general use, I don't think this is really better than any of the alternatives, sadly. I just see best relic combos for each champion, level 25 and 1 through 13. Okay, maybe I haven't done the level 31 yet. That is possible, but that should still, the level 19 to 25 should give you a lot of good, solid relics. I guess I'll have to work on doing the max level one then. Although I guess just say level 30 because max level is now 50, which I don't even think I have anyone at level 50 yet. It's nice to clear barriers, at least one modifier with give strongest unit barrier. Yeah, like it is going to have use cases, so it's not like you're never going to want to touch it, but it's not going to be a relic that you're like, oh, I really want to have this because it's going to be BIS for a whole bunch of people. That's definitely not the case. All right, there's one other person we're going to try it on. We're going to try it on Lillia because we have the 6-star, so that each round, the first time we play a unit, summon an ephemeral copy of it attacking. So we're going to try it for Lillia. She'll be able to get 2 attacks in, and then I think when both of them attack, I think both of them will trigger it. So it'll potentially be good if we're having multiple units all dealing the 2 damage to the Nexus and all units. So for Lillia, especially since you can get like 2, sometimes 3, or even more copies of her, this could be a place where it's solid. Now we need to go for the Death's Foil so that the ephemeral copy we summon with the 6-star doesn't die. So we can get another attack in. And then for the 3rd slot, you could go for a couple other abilities. Like you could go for the Frost something for the stun. I always forget its name. Everfrost. There. It's funny it has Frost in the name when it's not Frostbite and it's stunning. So we could go for this to stun enemy units, but we're kind of just going for full-on removal. So we'll try Lillia and see how she does with it. My Elder's almost at 50. I think it's 49. I have like a Volibear that's 40-something. Yeah, Volibear's 46 for me. All right, let's go ahead and load in here. What do you think is the best build for Lillia? I like her so much, but I don't have a solid build. So Lillia is a very versatile champion. There's a bunch of different ways you can play her. You can go for full like Stalker's Blades, where you just constantly summon her and she kills a bunch of units. You can go for Everfrost for the stuns and just control the board. You could also go for Guardian Orb, and every time you summon her, you're buffing up your units. You can go for Spectral Scissors and the Transmogulator in order to summon a bunch of really big units. There's a lot of builds for Lillia. Let's go for good at power here. Enfeebling's not bad. When you summon an ally, grant its keywords to all units. This is actually really good for Lillia because when our unit is woken up from sleeping, that counts. Enfeebling would probably be really good here, but I will go ahead and grab this. Let's go for Spiderling. Yeah, Lillia is very similar to like a LeBlanc, where there's a lot of different ways you can build her. Let's get rid of pretty much all of these. All right, so let's go ahead and drop our Lillia. All right, so I think they'll both... It's still only... I mean, unless both of them happened at the exact same time, it still looked like it only did it once. That's a little sad. We could put this to sleep, but I don't think we'll bother. We'll let our non-ephemeral one sleep. I think that's fine. Let's go for Keeper. All right, they're willing to end. We could put a unit to sleep, but then they would probably attack. It's fine if they attack. Yep, not too surprising. So this, normally you'd want to play another Lillia, but we only had our one copy. So that's a little bit sad.
Follow my lead.
But we should be able to end right here. Alright, GG. Yeah, Ari is another champion. You can build her a bunch of different ways. Oh, it's freaking out. Phantom Prankster, Nexus Strike. I think we'll go for Tornado Warrior just because it's cheap. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and grab this. I don't think we plan on playing either of the others. Let's go for a support champion. So, Twisted Fate, double attack. You could give double attack to all of our units. Play Pool Shark for free. Kane getting double strikes off. That is pretty good. Let's go for Twisted Fate. Monastery. I think we'll go for the item chest. Let's go for Bright Steel. Let's get rid of both of these. We still have to play our Lillia first. So even though often you'd like to play Mana Deposit in order to get the mana back and play other things. We don't want this to be the first card we play, because then it's going to get summoned attacking. So we have to drop our Lillia.
Don't trip! Don't trip! A little dream does wonders. I'm actually here.
Yeah, let's put this one to sleep. Yeah, going for Echoing Spirit to get a bunch of extra copies of Lillia can be pretty nice. Okay, so there's a Lillia. I think let's drop this here because it's free. And then let's put this Lillia to sleep. Alright, so this one won't be able to get its free attack in. Sure, let's try to kill that unit. Alright, so let's drop our Twisted Fate. He'll give everyone else double attack. Stun, refill, draw one. I think I should go for red card. So yeah, again, it's like it's not really needed. I love using Found Fortune against the created cards, cost 3 more modifier. Let's see. Plunder, draw a random non-champion card from the enemy hand. I mean, this is kind of funny just to be able to steal 2 cards from the enemy. So that's kind of silly. But we could drop this and then give everyone Barrier and Elusive. So let's go ahead and go there. Yeah, we can go for the item chest. Alright, giving everyone Deathless. That would be really nice. Rekindler, shop. Let's go for the champion item. We'd like to get more copies of our Lillia, so let's go for a Remitter. Yeah, I don't think that this... Like, maybe, again, if you had, like, the perfect circumstance, this could do pretty well, but... So far, the Relic's not really seeming like it's needed. Maybe if we were going up against someone like Swain, where we just wanted to do as much damage as possible.
I'll ferry your dreams to the garden. A little dream. I must get out of here.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and block this one here. We can put our Lillia to sleep, and then we can drop another one. And since it's the first one we're dropping, it's able to get the free attack off. Alright, so again, we could put the ephemeral one to sleep, but then it'll just die right away. So I think we'll put this one to sleep here. So we actually have double Lillia, so that's pretty good. Alright, let's go for Twisted Fate, get a couple more strikes going. Sure. Well, GG. Yeah, it's like we're destroying, but we're destroying because we're playing a 6-star and because we have a very good power we picked up. It's not like the Relic is really doing a lot for us. And that could be kind of an issue, as the fact that this is a Relic that might really work well when the game is going longer and is a little bit more drawn out, and that extra little damage you're doing is more impactful. But in general, for us here, it just doesn't really matter. Summon an exact copy of it. If it's an enemy, stun it. Plunder, I cost 2 less. I think we'll grab this, but honestly, we kind of don't care about any of these. Let's go here for the champion item. Power Rift, that is actually pretty nice. Let's go for the healer. I think it's actually good with Coastal Defender. I kind of like the Dreamlight. Sometimes games go on a little bit longer, and so dropping this is a really good way to close out matches. Alright, and we're going to go for Fiora, but an ad is wanting to drop, so we will let that go through for a moment. So again, if you need to step up, stretch, do anything, you have about a minute and a half. When I saw Mbessa's Relic, my mind thought about each time Ahri attacked, it would count as a swipe. Though it does say attack, it'd be cool if it worked that way since she kind of can attack 6 times. If it worked like that, that would be very interesting for Ahri, but yeah, it's not going to work like that, sadly. I tried Fear Cleaving Axe, Utmost Despair, and Dreams of Yordles for Ahri. It's not strong for hard content. But really fun to play in middle to low level content. Yeah, I get that. And that's the thing, yeah, some builds, they're fun to play. Like if you're having to go and clear like the old weeklies that are going to be pretty easy, that can be a great time to maybe grab your favorite champion, but instead of going for like your try hard build, you go for one that's a little bit more cheesy and relaxed, and you just try to have a good time. Mbessa seems the cooler champ, but Warwick has the cooler relic. Yeah, the Warwick relic is so much better. It's much more versatile. It works for Warwick better, but then it also works for other champions better. And yeah, in high-end adventures, the 2 extra damage really isn't doing much. I was hoping that we'd be able to attack enough that the 2 damage would add up to being a decent amount. Like for Vayne, the fact we attack 3 times, so we can do like 6 damage. But when Vayne's hitting for like 20 damage in an attack, the extra 2 doesn't really matter. All right, let's go for Fiora.
I would cut down the opposition.
This is... Actually, let's re-roll everything to try to get multiple copies of our Lillia.
By my honor, you must die.
So if we play anything else, we're kind of going to have a bad time. This would give us extra draw next round. But I think we could probably just attack. And yeah, so both of them are attacking, but we're only doing 2 damage. So it's not like each one of them is doing that 2 damage. Which makes sense, because technically only the ephemeral one has attacked twice.
I have no time for fools.
Sleep. Dream of better things.
Alright, so we'll try to drop another Lillia here.
A little dream that does wonders. Let's face the world straight together, dream.
Don't try me.
So we could kill her, but we kind of want to keep this Lillia alive. So let's go ahead and put this one to sleep, which will fizzle their attack. And I think let's go ahead and drop the Tornado Warrior. Although I guess it's only getting... Yeah, it's only giving Deathless to that one. But I guess that works because it's ephemeral, so it's actually not bad. Alright, so we're now going to have triple Lillia.
Wonders. Where things are everything I've worked for. I will prove myself.
Alright, GG. Okay, so each one of those did do the 2 damage to the Nexus.
Are we afraid of us?
So it is stacking up a bit. But yeah, the area damage, you're not going to get that off too often, because the only way you're getting that double attack is when you're dropping your Lillia. I tried the moment. Cool experiments relic on Tom Kench. Seems there's pretty good for him. Yes, we did that a couple days ago. The main YouTube video hasn't posted yet, but the VOD of it is on my VODs channel. So that's there, but the actual YouTube video isn't up yet. But yeah, we did do that, and it was pretty good. Let's go for the Warding Charm, although Radiant Plaint wouldn't be the worst, because we are getting that cost reduction on her. But Spell Shield's nice. When you get the attack tokens, summon a Sapling. It would be a little bit bigger. Stun the strongest enemy, not bad. Let's just go for extra damage, though. Smooth Soloist, nice. Let's go for Stalker. Yeah, I feel like there's no champion where this is just, like, the best relic to pick up, or even... Yeah, other than the modifiers, where aren't normal, and it's like, you're specifically just trying to ping the enemy board for a little bit of damage. Other than that, it's really not going to be the best, sadly. All right, let's re-roll everything. Try to just get a couple copies of our Lillia. Summon a Spriteling, sure. Because yeah, every time we drop a unit and they have that spirit, it just immediately buffs up everyone. Alright, so the 2 damage will hit everyone and make them a little bit weaker. Sure, we can drag this guy aside. They will probably kill our Spriteling, but that's fine. I think the problem is also that because it's a niche activation condition, the only champions that can make use of it also end games and run in 1 round, even the 6.5 adventures. Yeah, that is very true. Quite often the people that you would want to use this on are already ending so fast it doesn't matter. I think we'll go for a Keeper since we don't have the attack token, and then we'll probably drop Twisted Fate next round. Although we could try to, yeah, play another Lillia. That wouldn't have been terrible. I don't think we'll sleep anyone.
What does he want from me? Gotta get out of here.
Alright, so we can
Don't come any closer.
kill both of these just to reduce down the damage we're taking a little bit.
Go on. Dreams at dusk take wondrous shape.
Alright, so sleep our Lillia,
Let's face the
summon another one,
together,
and then we can sleep this one as well. So they will both get strikes off when we next round rolls over.
a little dream does wonders. Go on, search. Dreams big and small. I'll carry them home.
Alright, so we drop our Twisted Fate for the double attack. And yeah, let's go for the stun.
Dead in their tracks.
Alright, GG.
Little dream does wonders.
If someone like Vex could use it, it would be a lot more interesting. Yes, if this could go on some of the other champions that just like to do a lot of damage. So if like Warwick could utilize this reliably to get more damage procs on the entire enemy board, that could be really interesting. But you're going to have a hard time doing that. Same thing for like a Swain. A lot of the champions that actually would like the damage effect don't have that multiple attack. So it's kind of a relic that works for 2 different people. The people that can reliably trigger it aren't the people that need the effect. So really all it's doing for those champions, like Vayne, like Mbessa, is it's giving you Overwhelm, which is fine. Like even here, the Overwhelm's not needed because Lillia already has Overwhelm. So that doesn't even matter for her, which is sad. Both of these are pretty big, but I think we'll excuse me, go for the Spritelings, just because we're probably not going to play either of those. Yeah, this probably doesn't stack with Vex's Gloom, which is a little sad. Spells and skills deal 2 extra damage. This effect, it's not a spell or a skill, it's a relic activation. So elemental winds shouldn't trigger it. Like, you see it doesn't have the little icon for skill. So yeah, elemental winds isn't going to help, but stabilize, get another copy of our champion would be nice. So we'll pick that up. No, don't want that. Explosive finale, this actually will be nice. Our strikes killing enemies will trigger this. We have chamber. I think our Lillia already has spell shield, right? Yes, so we don't need that. Let's go for the item chest. So we have soldier. Spartans have spirit, and now they have spirit. Yes. Let's again try to get rid of just about everything. We want to get multiple copies of Lillia. Although, yeah, the Tornado Warrior is actually pretty good. Alright, so we'll drop this here. Sadly, yeah, the other copy is going to die. It's ephemeral. Alright, let's drop the Tornado Warrior. And sure, let's just... Alright. Not too bad. So we just need a unit. There we go. That should end the game. GG. That's the spirit. Alright, let's go for Keeper. I do like that card. It's pretty cheap. Item chest. Let's go for the Spritlings. Jagged Cutlass isn't bad, but I think this will be a little bit better. We could heal up. We are a little bit lower. I think let's get rid of pick a card. And let's go for Viego.
No power in this world can stop me.
Yeah, we're doing well, but that's really just because we're a 6-star. All right, let's get rid of most of these. I guess we can hold on to Twisted Fate. Spritlings could be a pretty good drop. We'd be speedrunning this Viego? Yeah, pretty much. Alright, let's drop this for the board-wide scaling. Alright, so pretty good damage. And we just will need to kill 2 of their units outside of combat, which one's going to happen right here. Alright, so we can drop our... Well, I was going to say Twisted Fate. But we could actually put this one to sleep, drop another Lillia, and that'll be game. GG. Alright, so again, we were able to absolutely destroy there, but it is 6-star Lillia. She is really good, and we got some very good powers. The Drakehounds themselves are really not doing a lot for us. For one, Lillia already gets overwhelmed from her 4th star, so the overwhelm isn't really doing much. And then we're not activating it that often, especially the second effect of it. So the extra damage on the Nexus is pretty negligible, and the same for damage on the enemy units. Again, outside of the specific niche situations where you just need to ping the whole board for damage for specific modifiers, I don't think this is a relic you're really going to need to bring for Lillia. or honestly most other champions. It's really just going to be kind of a stepping stone for people's collections. If they don't have a better alternative, this can work for you, but for most champions, you're not really going to need this. Which is a little bit sad. Warwick was the next one I wanted to test out. So for this one, we're going to be testing out the Deadly Harpoon. For one, the extra power in Challenger is actually nice for Warwick, but we actually care about the deaths from below. So summon a pike striking an enemy. Normally pike is very weak and you have to scale him up through lurk, but for Warwick, we're just going to be able to do our normal scaling. And so potentially we could actually drop a death from below, and pike probably won't flat out be able to level, but he'll normally come out, strike, and then probably when we attack with him, he would then be able to level, and so we would then have a pike that could actually start wiping the entire enemy board. So this should be another one that is kind of just fun, and yeah, I think it'd be interesting to test out. So we're going to stick with Cruel Experiments because it is nice having that overwhelm, extra damage, really good for us. And we'll throw on Black Shield just to protect our units a little bit. So it's not like the most aggressive playstyle. Let's go ahead and grab this. I really do like the Viego as just a solid testing ground of high-end challenges, but it's not too frustrating or annoying. Black Shield over Big Guns. Big Guns would be fine, but I just figured we go for a little bit more defensive, especially since we're blasting so fast. All right, let's go for a power here. Summon a created ally granted 1/1. We do that a decent amount of time. Endurance isn't bad because we are damaging a lot of our units. So yeah, that's decent. This would make our pike slightly bigger. I think let's go for endurance. I kind of want to test this out with Warwick. Normally, when I see it, I have to grab something else, but let's see how it goes. Let's go for Spiderlings. Yeah, I do like bullying Viego. Black Shield has become a staple for me in higher adventures. Same. There's a couple relics that I didn't think I would actually use as much as I do. Echoing Spirit is one that when it first came out, a lot of people were like, oh, this is garbage. You can only really use it on Bard. Echoing Spirit is actually really nice to have on a lot of champions. And yeah, Black Shield's another one of those that it is just really nice protecting all of your units everywhere. Let's... Oh, game freaked out there for a moment. We can actually hold on to this. This is a pretty good opening hand. Alright, drop our Warwick. Get a kill. Actually able to attack round 1. Nice, so we're protecting him with the Vile Feast. Alright, so he's at halfway to leveling. So we could go for Shredder. I think let's go for Used Cask. It's really good to just be able to drop a lot of blockers. I know a lot of people kind of crapped on Warwick's deck, but I actually really like it. Sure, let's just hit a couple of these. Like, playing Warwick, the more I do it, the more I actually really enjoy it. Alrighty, I think let's go for the Clump of Wumps. Being able to kind of flood the board will be pretty good. So we're not seeing the Pike Relic, but that's okay. Come on, don't freak out. Sure, we can drag this one over here. Actually, no, it's fine. Alright, that should be game. Yeah, the more I play Warwick, the more I'm thinking he actually might be one of the better ones in his region. Because it's very easy to scale up. It gets even better when you know what you're doing. So like with some practice, you scale up even faster. And then you have crazy amounts of sustain because you heal up almost 20 every match, like you see right here. Also receive 18 health. So you don't have to really worry about taking damage because you'll heal it all up. But then normally you have so many ways to generate units. It's just, there's a lot going on that I really like. Let's go for Bouncing Bomb. This can give us like 3 different iterations of damage. So that's pretty good. And some draw, kind of fixing one of our bigger weaknesses. Let's go for Support Champ. Yeah, like his biggest issue is you can run out of cards, but it's not as big of an issue as it is for some champions like Jack. Jack really struggles running out of cards. Warwick you can, but as long as you're cognizant of that, you're able to build around it, and either with powers or just cards you're picking up. And normally it's not actually an issue. Jack's Mirror before 4-star, yeah. Alright, so stun. We like a cheap champion. She'd get a couple hits off. I actually like to normally try to get like a 2 cost if I can. Alright, none of these are too great. I think we'll go for Jace, but yeah, none of these are fantastic. Eric's not bad. Slot bots. Yeah, let's go for the shops. Let's go for Bright Steel. Based on your testing, what do you think his best relic is? Warwick Relic, Pike Relic, and Big Guns? I would... don't think that the Pike Relic is best in slot. We're testing it for the first time right now, and I see how it could work, but I definitely don't think it's his best. So it's going to somewhat depend on the content you're going up against, but I think one really solid build for him is Warwick Relic, Big Guns, and then either going for Echoing Spirit to get a whole bunch of copies of Warwick and his champion spell, or going for Black Shield just to try to make sure your units don't die. Because your units don't have a lot of health, so it's very easy for the enemy to just ping your board and kill everyone, which could be pretty bad for you. Let's give it a Forge. Shock Blast isn't terrible, but we really want to get our Warwick, so let's honestly just... Even though some of these are pretty good, let's reroll everything. We want Warwick. There we go. Although... Okay, they still actually got damaged.
My shield is yours.
Yeah, so that is a little annoying, and they both have high enough power that even if we attack, they'd be able to kill us, so... We'll hold off here. The fact that they do get Barrier is a pretty big counter to us. Alright, once again, let's go for Used Cask. It's just so good, dropping 3 units. And they give you so much damage towards leveling up your Warwick. I think we can also drop our Jury Rig. Alright, so this isn't going to level Warwick. I also like that your units are very expendable. I think that works out pretty well for you. Alright, we're 1 away from leveling. Sad. Alright, so we do have Death from Below, but we have Mage's Handbooks. When we play other spells, we reduce down its cost. Alright, let's do this here.
I've got your back.
Sure, we could kill a couple of these. Alright, so let's kill these 2 and kind of just ignore the stupid one with the barrier. Although, yeah, we're not going to damage him anyways because of the barrier, so Warwick's not going to be able to get a strike off at the end of the round. But we're still getting some good damage down. Whenever once in a while I go to PvP and see my opponent having 20 health, I'm like, damn, so low. There's no motivation for me to play PvP anymore. Ari was added to Path of Champions. Yeah. I'm concerned I might have soft locked myself going to restart the game. Hope it fixes. Where I am somehow. Turn to an area. Didn't get any loot. I missed, but there's no way out. Oh, I'm playing Darksiders. Went down into an area. I've already used the way out and can't be reset. Oof. Well, hope that's able to get fixed for you. I think let's drop the Caustic Rift. So they might develop a little bit more, but let's drop this for some damage, and then we can drop our Pike. Okay, so Pike's gonna kill that. Hopefully. Okay, they didn't have a barrier. Okay, so Pike is gonna level when we attack, so that'll be pretty good.
Time to go.
Alright. GG. Also, I'm already used to playing on 1.5, and playing at 1 times really feels slow to me. Yeah, it's really bad trying to go to 1 time speed. It's so rough. Formula's fun. This wouldn't be terrible. It's dealing damage. It's summoning 2 sand soldiers. Yeah, this one's not bad. I think we'll go for Formula, though, but Shifting Sands does seem pretty good. Even the Raptor's not bad. Yeah, sadly, I haven't had a lot of time to work on the guides other than playing and testing all these different builds on the champions. So I'll have to try to get that done over the weekend, at least for one of them. Let's go for a shop. Mist isn't terrible. We play a spell, heal your Nexus. I mean, we should be fine with our sustain, but sure, I like having even extra sustain. Sure. Alright, we already have spell shields, so that one matters. Let's go for the shop. Let's go for a duelist. 1 time speed strip feels like slow motion. Yeah, I had one person coming in here saying Riot slowed down their game. And it seemed like they actually thought Riot literally put it in slow motion. It was like, no, you're just used to playing at a higher speed. Let's give it a get excited. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's always how it is. Like, for a little bit, I played Honkai Starvale and was enjoying it, but yeah, when you go to those higher speeds, if you try to go back down, it's just so painful. Alright, so we didn't get our champion. We could drop this here. We could kill that. But we're kind of wanting to get extra damage. So we're trying to pass. Alright. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and drop this here.
I'll write my own story.
The halls are bound with blades in hand.
Alright, so we can drop this, kill that unit. And then we can drop this here, kill that unit as well. And then hit both of these, so... Alright. Looks pretty good. One times 5 is such a good addition. Yeah, it's nice that they're adding different speeds for everyone. Because, yeah, some people aren't going to like playing at different speeds. Or, it's not like everyone wants to play at times 4. We could go for the single combat. Wouldn't be too bad. I think let's go for the extra damage right here. Also, it's always good to try to put your caustic casks first. That way the damage they get buffs up all your other units. Alright, GG. So far, it's a little bit sad that we've only got the Pike spell once. So that's, yeah, a little rough. But the good thing is, the power and the Challenger, that alone is really nice to have. I mean, with the Challenger, you can get vulnerable pretty consistently, so it's not that big of a deal. It's still nice to get it without having to go through that extra step, though. And the extra power to make sure you kill someone with your strike, it's, again, nice. It's feeling better than the twin Drakehounds did. But yeah, the Pike part of it we're not really getting at the moment. Let's go for Flash of Brilliance. Playing things for free is always nice. Summon 2 husks. I don't think that's really gonna matter. Yeah, because this is a play effect, so they're not gonna get hit. We'll try a reroll. Sure, I mean it's Lurk, it could help scale up our pike a little bit. This actually would be pretty nice, but we're out of mana. Or not mana, I always call it mana. Let's get the 1 upgrade for the cost to cast, just so we can make them a little bit bigger. Let's go for healer, and yeah, I think get rid of the shredder. Alright, add is going to drop. So again, stand up, stretch, get a drink, go to the bathroom, do anything like that. You have about a minute and a half. I can go between 2 and 4 speeds without feeling bad. Below 2 is painful. Yeah, I'm in the exact same spot of I'll do ×2 for content and it doesn't feel too bad. And then when I'm playing off stream and I'm just needing to try to get something done or doing like the monthly challenges, I crank it up to ×4. Normally just turn off the game volume anyways. And it's really nice for just being able to clear stuff super fast. So I went to the 1.5 and it did feel a little bit too slow. And yeah, I never really bother with ×3 because it's like either ×2 or ×4 is pretty much where I stick with. Found a way out. Awesome. Having that much regen on Warwick was a really good decision because he struggles at blocking and ends up taking quite some damage. Yeah, the extra regen is super nice. Because for one, Warwick is a champion that you would think he should be able to regen based on his playstyle in League. So I like the fact that they're like, okay, we're not adding this into his kit at all, as far as like the cards you're playing or his effects or anything, but it's just part of his character. That yeah, after a fight you just regen a whole bunch. I think that is a nice way to do it, and then it makes you not feel as bad of if you can't take a specific block or you have some of your units that are damaged in your own nexus. It's like, this is fine. We're gonna heal up a ton afterwards. Yeah. Thank you, internet from 14 years ago. Oh, yeah, been there. All right, everyone should be back. Let's go for Fiora.
Cut down the opposition.
Let's get rid of both of these. Jace isn't bad. Flash of Brilliance isn't bad either. It's always a 20-year-old video that helps you out. Alright, so the good thing is we do have that spell shield. Alright, so sadly this unit is still a little bit too strong. If we attacked, Warwick would die. So I think we'll pass for now.
Smell that? A bite's a cooking. The finest blades.
I need only one.
Alright, let's go for Flash of Brilliance. And yeah, we're not really going to be able to kill Fiora, sadly. If we had big guns, we could. So yeah, we could hit a couple different targets. I mean, I think we're at max health. I don't think we could actually go up, right? Yeah. Alright, I think let's just spread some more damage out to try to get our Warwick, yeah, leveled. Alright, we can go ahead and drop this here.
I'll write my own story.
No one goes hungry.
Alright, that is a lot of damage. We could just use Dawning Shadows and kill her. Do we want to go for Jace? We could give him quick attack. So sure, let's go ahead, give him quick attack. Alright, solid. And yeah, we could kill this here. Try to keep her... Actually...
Powering up. Ancestors speak.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop this here.
Everything I've worked
I mean, this is also a boss fight, so we will heal up at the end of it.
Blades in hand.
All right, let's again try to get rid of some units.
New recruit reporting in.
So this would level our... Actually, no, he needs 2 cards. I think let's go ahead and... this would actually give us a couple units, though. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop this here. Alright, so we can let these two both get kills. And they'll be able to keep scaling up. Alright, not too bad. Sure, let's drop this here. Go for one of these, heal up a little bit, and then we'll be able to attack and end the game.
Fate cares not.
Alright, GG.
Now that's what I call progress.
It looks like if Warwick had quick attack, he'd be so much stronger. Yeah, you get the quick attack at level 2. So you normally don't have it for like your first round, but normally after round 1, you're able to get it. So normally you drop Warwick and you're not able to attack with him, which does feel a little bit sad, but yeah, you get that quick attack pretty early on. Focusing Crystal is really nice. I like getting Focusing Crystal or the Expedition or Excavator's Charge, or stacking them together so you can scale up your Warwick a lot in a single round is pretty fun. Let's go for another Endurance. Endurance can be pretty good when you stack them on top of each other. Monastery or Gold Chest. Monastery gives us a heal, and I think we can cut a card there. I think. But we don't have that much gold, and honestly, there could be a couple epic shops in here. So, sure, let's go up here for Stalker. So is there any good build for Jace if I didn't have his Relic? Yeah, so Chemtech is very solid on him. Comet is okay. I normally don't really go for Comet because you already have ways to... You've like multiple 6-cost spells in your deck, and you already are generating a 6 or more cost every round, so I don't think Comet is really needed. Also, Comet going off twice with Chemtech Duplicator also doesn't really matter, so I don't go for Comet. Black Shield is okay. Going for Hidden Tome also wouldn't be bad. Going for Crown Guard Inheritance, very good. So pairing Crown Guard and Chemtech together and then throwing on kind of like a flex pick of whatever you're really looking for. That can be really good. Yeah, Jace had a giant 3 for his impact stacks. Let's get rid of... So cost to cast, having this in hand is good and bad. On the one hand, it's a 0 cost, so we can play this turn 1, but the bad thing is it's hurting our problem of not having enough to draw. I think we will go for it, though, just because it's so good at ramping us up so quickly. Alright, so we don't have our main champion. We have a lot of good spells, though. I think let's drop our Flash. Charger, not bad. Crescent Strike, okay. And then we'll go for a Caustic Cask. Let's just get an attack in to try to do as much damage as possible to scale up all future units. Oh, I guess, yeah, this one's not even going to be able to do anything at the moment. I should have actually... Normally you want this first. We should have actually put it second or third. Alright, so we could go ahead and... drain. We could drop our Jace. We kill someone. Sure, let's go for Jace with quick attack. That and having the free attack is pretty nice. Oof. Wish we had enough for that Crescent Strike, because that is going to suck. Let's see. Okay, so we're 2 away. We could... Yeah, get our attack to be a little bit stronger, but those Darkwater Scourge is pretty rough. I think we can start with Charger. So if we go for Caustic Cask, we wouldn't really be able to attack. Well, actually we can. We do have a couple vulnerables still. So yeah, I think let's just drag both these aside, let them die to our Caustic Casks. All of those are going to die because they're all ephemeral. So we're not going to get as much damage in, but I think this will be pretty good for us. Yeah, and having that little bit of protection with the spell shield to just know the enemy is going to have a hard time causing problems for you. All right, so we can go for Crescent Strike, but it's a little worrying because I don't want them to drop another one of those lifesteal units. Also, killing this unit isn't really going to matter because it's still going to be able to attack. They only have 3 cards left. I think let's go ahead and drop this here. Alrighty. So let's Blood Hunt this and go right there. So we can drop Warwick, but I think we'll pass. Okay, never mind. We want him to get, yeah, strike off. Alright, that should be GG. Yep, they're fishing, but I don't think there's anything they're going to be able to pull out. Yep, GG. Also, they didn't give out the missing golden vessel, wrote right support, and they said they're working on it, but it's been a while. Yeah, it seems like they normally try to just retroactively give people that completed it the reward, but it seems like something in the back end isn't working this time. So yeah, some people have submitted tickets. They know it's an issue. We should be getting that reward. If not, maybe this patch, potentially next patch. 73 damage with 3 units. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so grant allies everywhere 1/1, then deal 5 to everything. That would be pretty funny. Ravenous Flock is really good. Getting more copies of used cast salesman's not bad. But I think we'll go for Ravenous Flock, because dealing 4 to a unit that's damaged, which is going to be very easy, dealing damage to the Nexus, and summoning the unit, I think we'll go there. Alright, gold chest, shop. When you play a slow spell, copy it. We have a couple slow spells now. We normally don't. Yeah, we can grab this. That's not terrible. Alright, we have another shop. We have 485. I don't think, even with the plunder, I don't think we're going to have enough to play this. I think we're okay. Yeah, let's go up for the shop. So, Soldier. Giving Warwick Swain 6 stars kind of neat. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. What are your thoughts on what you learned in the interview? I'm having to think because there's some stuff I learned that's not in the interview that I can't talk about, so I'm having to remember what all was in the interview and what wasn't. For one, I like the fact that they are open to going back and rebalancing some of the older champions. Now, again, they have to be really careful with that because some people have spent money on those constellations, and so like changing them around is something they really have to be careful about. But being able to be willing to go back and do that, I think is really nice. Having confirmation that next patch is another arcane patch is awesome. Also having confirmation that this event is going to be something that, or there's going to be more events in the future, I think is really fun. This is kind of just their first step at it. So yeah, we got some pretty good information there about some different aspects. Let's hold on to all these, actually. Yeah, there's some stuff that I'm under NDA and can't actually talk about. Let's... Sure, I think we'll still drop our Warwick. Yeah, sadly can't actually attack. That's fine. From what they said, it sounds like it'll be 2 months of big events followed by 1 month of just battle pass. Yes, it. They said, I think that they want to do potentially like 4 in a year. So like every 3 months having a new event, which could be pretty fun. Because yeah, I think events are pretty good additions to the game. We all know you're the next champion. That's the NDA. I have no idea what the next champion is. We'll pass here. Yeah, while there's some small limited things I can't necessarily talk about, it's not like I actually know much more than anyone else. So that's a lot of units. It's going to be a pretty big attack. We could drop our used cast salesman to get a bunch of blockers. That's probably what we'll do, although going for Jace to get all that damage down wouldn't be terrible. But yeah, I think let's go ahead and drop this here and probably go for our jury rig. I think we'll actually go for Written in the Stars. Alright, so... Oh, that one's elusive. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of damage.
You break it, you...
Alright, so we kind of need to block with all of our units just because they're putting out so much damage, which is a little rough. I suppose we can switch these here. Yes. That's a lot of damage. But we should be fine. Because we have a ton of sustain. Alright, let's... I think let's go for the Blood Hunt here.
Fresh catch? Well, it was fresh.
Jace would do a lot of damage. I'm wanting them to have one other big unit for us to use our Withering Mist on, but they are going a little slow. All right, I think let's drop this here and heal up some more. And we're potentially just going to drop a Caustic Rift next round and do a bunch of damage. But yeah, those Encroaching Mists are not messing around. All right, so we could go for Piercing Darkness. But just blocking this, since it's just a ephemeral, would be pretty good. So yeah, let's go ahead and drop this here. Alright, Shock Blast, we'd be able to get 6 damage out of this. I think let's go for a Blood Hunt and kill these 2. Although they will die actually to the Caustic Rift. So that doesn't matter quite as much. Yeah, let's actually not kill them. That way they can't actually drop another unit. A lot of these won't really matter too much. Yeah, they just replace it anyway, so we're just going to pass and wait for them to attack. Alright, so Caustic Rift will kill only one of them now. Let's go ahead and put this one here. And we'll actually get more damage blocking this one here. Easy. Goodness. All right, so let's drop our Jace, get some damage down.
There's nothing a little ingenuity can't fix.
All right, let's go for Jury Rig. Let's drop this here. We only have one card left.
X-Tech engaged.
All right, GG, not even close. Ugh.
Gonna mark today down as a success.
Hey, elated Pengu. As long as the team is optimistic and excited for the future and they keep listening to the community feedback, I'm more than happy. Yeah, I like that I was able to ask them how they were doing about the approach to the new champions. And they're like, yeah, we heard the feedback loud and clear, and they're going to take steps to change that. So I like the fact that even though I think the community kind of overreacted, it's nice that they're able to hear that feedback and be like, okay, we'll try to do different things. The legend said that Pike was in the deck. Yeah, we've not really been able to use Pike like at all, which is a little sad. Gale Song could be really good. Summoning 2 of these, it goes off twice, summons 2 champions. Probably gonna grab the Gale Song. Let's... Yeah, we don't have any of those. That's not gonna matter either. Sure. Alright, not too bad. Let's go for Healer and... I think actually heal up, which is kind of shocking for Warwick with how much sustain we have. And let's go for Viego.
No power in this world can stop me.
Would Echoing Spirit be good on Pike? I think it's okay. Alrighty. I think this is gonna be fine. I think, yeah, we might not actually drop our Warwick right away. Well, you know, I say that, but he could just immediately kill Viego, which is pretty good. So, yeah, I think we'll still kill him. Alright, then we can attack like this. And we'll... Yeah, we could have dropped the cask earlier. Kind of didn't think about it, to be honest. Alright, not terrible. Alright, so let's go for Gale Song. As we'll be able to get multiple units down. And then I think... Let's go ahead and drop this here to get another blocker. Drop that there to kill him. That will give our Warwick a little bit of extra scaling. And drop there, that to kill there. Alright, we're taking no damage. Perfect. Alright, fantastic. Do we want to drop our Jace right away? Sure.
Nothing beats
Alright, let's go ahead and attack like this. Could use a blood hunt to kill that, but... nope. GG.
gonna mark today down as a success.
In my opinion, the only overaction would be calling the LOR team bad, saying mean things about them, sending them angry messages. Otherwise, I call the critiques justified. I mean, saying that you think that the game, or saying that you think the champion should have voiceovers, and that you're maybe disappointed that they don't have voiceovers or unique level ups, yeah, that's totally justified. But trying to say, like, the game is dead, worst decision ever made, and then, yeah, attacking the devs, attacking anyone that thinks the game is fine. As soon as anything happens that people don't like. They immediately try to say the game is dead and they shouldn't have ever tried. Since they killed PvP, no one deserves to play the game anymore. Like, there's a lot of very angry PvPers, I think, that are still trying to burn the game down. But as far as people saying, hey, it really sucks champions not having voiceover and them not having unique level up, or the fact for like Warwick, him not having unique cards, like saying, hey, that's a disappointment, we'd like this in the future, like, yeah, that's totally justified, and that part of it is good. So for this was a little bit sad. We got Pyke once, and he wasn't able to do any board-wide wiping of the enemy board at all. We did get him leveled, but it didn't really do anything. And the Challenger and extra damage is also nice, but it's really just not making enough of an impact. Like, yes, if you have like god rolls and you're able to scale up your units really well, you can drop a Pyke and he starts just annihilating the entire enemy board. There is a way where this can work, definitely. But as you saw for this entire adventure, it never really mattered or made a big enough of an impact where taking a different relic wouldn't have done better for us. So while I think there technically is a synergy here, I don't think this is really worth taking. And honestly, it performed worse than I thought it would. Now, we could have just had really bad luck for this adventure, but while it is a fun idea, I don't think it's worth running on Warwick. Yeah, with Chosen, if you use the created Blood Hunt and hit you on Warwick for a buckle and an enemy, you get 10 power quick since Faded and Augment. The reliability of drawing Pyke is so low. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. We're 5 away from getting the Diamond Vault. Oh, man. I do hope the team is all right. The way Daryl said, oh, we hear them loud and clear with all negativity and disappointment. Saw about the patch. Even with all the awards people got, I'm happy with the patch. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing also with Warwick, is so many people came out and were like hating on him so much. And again, it's like, you could be disappointed that the champion might not be exactly what you were expecting. Like for me, I was disappointed that he didn't have any followers. But the amount of hate people throw at the champion, the game, is too much, in my opinion. Will he finish the Diamond Quest? Yes, but not today. Yeah, not in this stream. We don't plan on doing 5 other more encounters. For tomorrow, I'm not sure what else I really need to test. We'll maybe just do like Warwick or Ambessa versus maybe like the Swain or Lysandra. Still don't like Warwick, but I don't go writing hateful comments on Reddit and Twitter. I mean, and yeah, that's the thing. There's going to be some champions that you just don't vibe with personally, and that you might not really like. But some people have a bit of overreactions with some of the champions. Strength of Stone Pyke? Yeah, no. That being said, Strength of Stone... Warwick, I mean, it could potentially work. Because, like, if you could get your units to start surviving... So you wouldn't get the Cruel Experiments because you don't want to damage your own units. So you'd have to take that away. Is there a way we could actually make this work? So 2 power, or 2 health... Power, when you summon an ally, give it 1 health and formidable. So you could go for like a big guns potentially in order to have a lot of extra damage to hurt enemy units. It's like, I think it's possible, but I just don't know if there's actually going to be a good build for it. because it's for Warwick, he'll be able to kill enemy units, so he'll be able to scale up and be bigger and bigger from your 6-star. So like he could start scaling through this, but for one, it gets rid of your entire scaling from your damage, which is going to be much more of your scaling. And then most of your units don't have a big enough health pool that it's really going to be able to start that scaling. So yeah, I don't really know if there's any way you could really do that. If you have SOS, can't you just go all the way with Starforged? I don't think... Wait, would we have enough? So yeah, Luminous would give us 3. I guess we could. So yeah, Luminous Orb would take us to 6, and then Strength of Stone would take us to 8. So I think that gives you 2 health. So yeah, we could hit the 8 health threshold, and then you can go for Starforged. So this would, yeah, Warwick could scale off of this, but we don't have Overwhelm anymore, which is going to be a huge downside. And then all of our damage effects, like the extra power, wouldn't really matter. Yeah, it's definitely... Like, it's something that maybe for the monthlies, if you just wanted to focus on Warwick and you needed someone to be able to go for Formidable, you could kind of make it work. But... yeah, I don't think it would normally be that good. Because yeah, you technically have health scaling, but it's so much less consistent than your power scaling. My favorite build is Chosen, Buckle, Echoing, Succubus Brand, Voidborn, Buru, Cruel Experience, Big Guns, Echoing Spirit. Yeah, those all seem pretty good. I feel like you need to be really evil to see somebody liking something and go tell them that sucks. That's why I don't tell anyone what I don't like and that's bad. A lot of people these days don't have basic manners with how safe the internet feels. Yeah. Yeah, so Strength of Stone, technically, I think for the monthlies, you could make it work for Warwick, but I don't think it's really going to be something that matters too much. That's 80% of the internet, 95% Twitter. Yeah, everyone online loves attacking everyone else. I mean, that's the craziest thing about a lot of the PvP players. That's like, oh, because PvP is dead, I want the game to die. Like, they're upset that the game is still going on, and they would prefer if the entire game got shut down because their side of it went away, which is kind of crazy. All right, we'll probably be, or at least I plan on being back here tomorrow, so we're going to keep streaming. Then we might just be testing out Mbessa and Warwick and trying to get some finishing touches, or just a little bit more research for the guide for them. But thank you for hanging out. I need to go edit some stuff together because I need to try to have everything done for the weekend so I can focus on the guides. But thank you all for hanging out. Hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. See ya.